welcome to Jokes and Jews podcast, the number one podcast for comedic and all other talents in the world. This is episode 2, season 1 of Jokes and Jews podcast, featuring my brother.
Hey, how you doing, folks? Xander J. Hobson, comedian, director, and producer of boxing documentary and troll. To those who need trolling. Hey, thank you for joining in, and we have a really great show planned for you today. As always, my good friend and my little brother, the Don King of Philadelphia comedy, brother Isaiah, he's came up with some great clips for us to comment on. Talk to me, my man, because listen, you got an eye for comedy, but how did you get an eye for comedy, brother? Because you're pretty sharp up there on stage. Talk to me, my brother. Give it to me. What happened? How'd you get into this arena, young man?
You smiling, you wildin', for coming outside smelling shit. You got Chuck's on and a lace front. You better thank God that you pretty. Yeah, you hot.
So what happened was, I was funny all my life. I think I came out the womb laughing and just cracking jokes. Honestly, I'm talking about all the way from my high school days. Anybody that went to school with me knew I would roast your whole existence. Brother Isaiah was always the funniest person in the room. That was always my motto. That was always me. I was always down to get down to the funny. That was my thing.
Yeah, you hot? Okay. But your breath is kind of on fire, girl. You hot? Okay. But your breath might be a little hotter, girl. You hot?
So wait a minute, brother. Wait a minute. I heard you saying something about roasting. So you was the guy who picked on people in school. Is that the guy that you were?
I ain't pick on him. I roasted on him.
No, but what I mean is, right, some kid come in there with the tight pants on and the shoes with the holes in them. You was that guy that gave the kid a hard time. So basically, you're telling me, young man, that you contributed to the illiteracy rate in Philadelphia by roasting people and making them not want to come to school, sir.
Absolutely, yeah. I roasted people the whole existence.
Okay.
I roasted people until next week.
Okay.
When I roast you, you might not, you might stay home for a couple of days. You might not show up till next Thursday.
Poor kid probably got F's all the way through, man. That's a shame, man. So when you first walked into a comedy club, what was that like for you? What was your experience the first time you walked into a comedy club, son?
Inflation been hurting a lot of people, man. I ain't gonna lie, I don't look like it been beating the shit out of me. Whooping my ass. Don't let the jacket confuse y'all, man. This came from Dan Goodwill. I ain't going front. I found this next to a pair of retro J's, nigga.
It sucked, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean it sucks? What are you talking about? You supposed to go there and laugh and have a good time. How do you sitting in there like you eating lemons or something, sir? What's the deal?
Yeah, so what happened was, when I first went to a stand-up comedy show, the comedians there, they just they suck so bad. I wish I had a whole bag of tomatoes on me that day. I wanted to throw 50 tomatoes that night.
So basically, you saying if they not to cut you off, sir. So you saying if they was at the Apollo, they would have not just threw them off the stage. They would have took them out the back and maybe shot them in the back of the head. Would they would have done something like that? Were they that bad, sir?
If they was at the Apollo, them boys would have got booed so bad, they would have been hearing boo in their sleep for the next 20 weeks straight.
Well, they
would have been having boo dementia.
Wow, that's a good one, boo dementia, wow. I could imagine because, let me tell you something, what I've learned from living for a few years, right? And I'm going to go long just to come back to my point. I can remember back in the 90s, everybody got it in their head that they wanted to be either a barber or a beautician. I even decided I wanted to be a barber or a beautician. I was both, believe it or not. But I said all that to say, I've noticed that the comedy field is saturated with comedians. And I will say this, there is no shortage of really good comedians out there. I mean, I've seen some comedians in my travels, they could hold their own against anybody, okay? That's the pro. But the con is there are some comedians out there who absolutely suck. And they shouldn't be allowed to do comedy. And as a matter of fact, If Trump gets in office, maybe I can get him to pass some kind of executive order to keep the terrible tomato throwing comedians off of the stage, because it's horrible. It's nothing worse than going to a comedy show.
You know what? You wanted something. Like, they not comedians. I like that their new name is tomato throwers.
Tomato throwers.
I like that's what they are. They not comedians. They tomato throwers.
Something I don't like, but I'm just saying it's nothing worse than going to a comedy show, preparing to laugh and wanting to laugh, and to sit in there to listen to someone who is not funny. And so I can understand. So you said that was your experience. You seen that, and that's what made you decide to get into comedy.
Yeah. So what about yourself, my brother? Like, how did you find your path in comedy? Like,
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Puff Daddy, man.
What's going on with him?
Hey, man, listen, man, he getting in trouble. They say he's sexually harassing people. They say he's transporting drugs and guns. Listen, Puffy, if I could say one thing to you, man, take the plea deal. Go to death row, man.
I happened upon comedy. Maybe like 6, 7, maybe 8. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure when I got into it. But at the end of the day, I happened upon comedy because I wrote a book. I've never released a book, and the reason why I didn't release the book is because at that time I realized nobody knows who the hell Xander Hobson is. Who's Xander Hobson? And if I don't know who you are, why do I want to read about you? So I was looking for an end to build an audience so that I can get people to buy my book. And I know I didn't want to be an actor. Never wanted to be an actor. Just the whole idea of standing in those lines for a casting call didn't appeal to me. And I happened upon comedy, and I end up, I learned the art of comedy. First and foremost, I'll give all my praises and respect to Jerry Corley, the joke doctor. I learned a lot from him, but I also learned a lot from the Philadelphia Comedy College. Ray Gordon is the lead instructor with Keith from up the block. He teaches a really good improv class down there. And I've also, I have some mentors. First and foremost, to go in alphabetical order. I would say Belinda Clary, one. Chocolate Chai, very good comedian. Dark Child. And finally, to bring it home, Tommy Too Smooth. These are the people that I could pick up a phone and ask them, hey, listen, I got this joke that I'm working on. Let me tell you the joke and give me any tags or any good advice that I need. And also you, young man, you're pretty good at dissecting jokes and getting to the funny. You know, the guy who used to make people drop out of school because he bust on. But we're getting long with it, though.
Yeah, speaking on getting to the funny, let's do that now. Let's get to the funny, brother. People want to laugh. You see what I'm saying? They ain't here to talk. Let's talk. Give them a lecture. We gonna get to the funny. Y'all ready for Jokes and Jews podcast? The wait is over. So in our first clip, we're gonna talk about the passing of O.J. Simpson. Rest in peace to him, and just our thoughts on it. Everything that happened in the process. Let's check this clip out.
Hey, buddy, did you hear that OJ finally died?
Oh, he was always saying that he was looking for the guy who killed Nicole. Conveniently, he now no longer has to do that, and the guy who killed her died on the exact same day.
Okay, so Zan, what are your thoughts on OJ?
Well, I don't really have a whole lot of thoughts on OJ. I mean, again, I'm saddened that he's not here, not because I know him, but because a life is lost. I knew O.J. Simpson, the football player. I can remember my parents bought me an O.J. Simpson football. I knew O.J. the guy who was from the Hertz commercial, ran through the airports. O.J. the guy from Airplane, that movie. But I also know slow Bronco chase O.J. And O.J., if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit O.J. O.J. the guy who robbed the people of his merchandise because he lost it in the civil suit. I'm indifferent to him. I'm not glad that he died, and I'm not super sad. It's just, he was just a moment in time, and he's not here no more. Do I think OJ did it? No. Do I think he has knowledge of the crime? Absolutely. That's it. You know, I'm not. You know, it's O.J. Simpson, man. May he rest in peace. Salute to him.
So my thoughts on OJ, I would have to say I absolutely think he did it. And right now he's dealing with God. You can't fool God. You can fool people, but you can't fool God. See, people they got caught
I
up.
don't mean to cut you off, but he don't fool people because most people think he did it. So he ain't fooled nobody, you know. But that's neither here nor there. I just couldn't pass on. I didn't mean to interrupt you, man. But yeah, most people think he did it.
Yeah, so the concept that he pushed, the glove didn't fit. Oh yeah. You can't go up to God with that excuse. He can't tell God, you know there was extra large gloves and I only wear a medium. It couldn't have been me. No, God know you did it, OJ. He know you did it. God know that I can go in my backyard and clean my yard up with some extra large gloves, but I only wear large.
Hey, let me ask you a question, right? If O.J. Simpson did it, right, and God sends him to hell because he did it, do you think that Johnny Cochran will go to hell because he got O.J. Simpson off for murder?
They both going to hell.
Oh.
Satan, they gonna be both down there partying with Satan. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
They gonna be dancing on whoever they got dumping down there.
Okay.
Whatever dead rapper down there playing, whoever down there they got dumping down there in hell.
Okay.
They all gonna be down there dropping a block party.
Okay. Well, I'm just wondering, man, because you know that's you think about it. That's a good question.
Valid question.
You know what I mean? If a lawyer, and ladies and gentlemen, please in the comment section tell us what you think. If a murderer goes free on earth, and is punished when he dies, does the lawyer who gets him off go to hell as well?
Right.
So anyway, Zay, check this out, man. I don't know if you're a boxing fan or not, but they got a big fight coming up. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Hey, man, check out the clip, man. Let's watch these guys train.
Money getting spun. Like what? Like a quarterback, baby, this ain't what you want. If I ask for all I wanna hear is yes. Bitch says she wanna be my op, God bless. Look, I ain't got dressed. Any L that I took come after YS. So man, baby, here we go again. Pussy real fat, probably got a double chin. First that bitch hate me, then this bitch hates me. And somehow they link up and they become friends. Like how? Bitch, pipe down. Move boy, oh yeah, imitating my style. Bad bitch, red lips, let me show you. White toes.
So what are your thoughts, man? What you think, man? How you feeling about what you just saw, brother?
What he doing? A cha-cha slide in there?
What you talking about, Jake?
Jake Paul gonna get knocked smooth out dancing like that. Like I don't know.
He's a good dancer though, ain't he?
He look like he dancing to the Beatles right now. I don't know what he's dancing to, but honestly, I think that like Tyson need to cut it out, man. I'm a huge Mike Tyson fan. Back in his 30s, his 20s, early teens. Mike, you 87 now. You got 12 grandkids, 14 grandbabies, 6 daughters, 8 sons. Mike, sit down. You gonna pull your ABC out there.
Zay,
You gonna break your esophagus messing around with this young lion.
Zay, I just actually checked. He's actually 88.
He 88?
He's 88.
Mike gotta sit down, man.
He's 88, yeah.
This boy gonna put you in a chiropractor. He gonna put you in a physical therapy classroom. You keep messing around with this young lion.
So you really believe that, huh? You believe that?
Say my thoughts on it. What you think?
Well, you know, I'm gonna be honest, Isaiah. I don't even think the fight is real. Okay, I think the whole thing is fictional. I think you got two guys that's gonna make a whole lot of money together, man, and they're gonna entertain some people. But I'm amazed that people think that it's real. You know, and just say for the sake of the conversation that it is real, you know. If that kid hits Mike too hard, he might end up getting his ears bit off, just like Evander Holyfield got his ears bit off, you know. But at the end of the day, I just really I don't even think it's real, man. And to be honest with you, man, I like Mike, I like Jake, and I just think that they putting on a side show and they're going to make a lot of money together. Those are my thoughts on it.
So what you think? Jake Paul need to wear some hearing protection, a hearing aid or something like that?
He need to wear a football helmet.
You need to fight him with a helmet on.
He fighting with a football helmet on, or at the very minimum a headgear. You know what I mean? Yeah, Jake need to wear.
Protect your ears, Jake.
Yeah, Jake, put something over your ears just in case, man. Even though you and Mike playing, you might hit Mike.
Fighting with some headphones on.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
man.
it.
Oh man. So, hey man, we got through our second episode, man, of Jokes and Jewels.
Jokes
right?
and Jewels.
Oh man, that's what I'm talking about, folks. Listen, we enjoyed you coming and hanging out with us for this episode of Jokes and Jewels podcast. And listen, make sure that you tune in next week.
Jokes and Jewels, guy, we're gonna have a special guest for y'all soon. Jokes and Jewels, we on our way to history, people. This is, like I said, and I quote, the #1 podcast for comedy content and for talent in the world. Stay tuned. We got some amazing features coming. We got some amazing content coming. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button on our page. And make sure y'all check out this video and all the videos that's to come.
Hey, Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz, Shannon Sharp, we coming to get you.
We coming for y'all.
Bam!
All of y'all.